Welcome you back. Thank you for staying with us this morning. This is newspaper headlines and analysis. And of course, I'm not alone in the studio. Soon enough, I'm going to introduce my analyst for this morning. Let's start from The Punch. I have this headline that says, free Nnamdi Kanu protesters defy security warning, vow Villa March. And that headline asks this rider, opposition parties back protest. 115 lawyers, medics to join rally today. Kanu's legal team fractured. It's a lot to unpack. Don't forget that October 20, 2020 is very historic in the history of Nigeria. We know what happened that day. But then soon enough, have my analysts speak about that issue because a lot of persons are scared for this protest. Should it be hijacked by some persons who do not mean well for the country? Away from that headline, I also have this one that says, PDP convention faces fresh setback over alleged signature forgery. The national secretary for the party, Samuel Ayawu, came out to say that a signature was forged. I think that was around August 29, and of course he came out recently to make that public to the people. And the case is in court as we speak now. He filed a petition, and then he's asking that necessary investigations should be done to ensure that people who are responsible for these are brought to book. Away from that headline, I also have this one that says Senate to grill NCAA, local airlines and safety breaches. That's a very good one. Oshibado leads ECOWAS team to monitor Cote d'Ivoire poll. Gunmen shoot butcher dead in Lagos Barracks Market. Away from Punch, let's cross over to Daily Trust this morning. I have the headline that says PDP convention, Ayawu led signature forgery. I've spoken about that. Protests in the United States over Trump's policies. Don't forget that, even before now, a lot of persons complain bitterly about, some of the things that Trump is doing in the United States, how he's making so much enemy for himself and the United States as a country. Away from that headline, I also have this one that says, how terrorists killed 6 soldiers in Borno ambush. Nnamdi Kanu protesters dare police. I'm being optimistic about this protest. I just hope that it will go well, regardless of the fears of the people. And I want to encourage the security operators as well to be at alert to monitor every move of the protesters. I'm quite sure that the protesters mean well. They just want to say some things to the government, the federal government, that will ensure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I just hope the people and the security operators will work together to achieve something good. It doesn't have to lead to violence at all. Away from that, let's cross over from Daily Trust to The Nation this morning. I have this headline that says, PDP convention, Ayawu protest forgery in letter to INEC. Away from that, English maths compulsory for O-level, says federal government. Before now, a lot of persons complain bitterly that why is it that the federal government is trying to encourage, art students, from passing or doing excellently well in mathematics, because regardless of whether you are going to need it in the university or not, mathematics will make you sharp. So even if you are not going to need it, ensure that you pass it and don't just pass it well. I think that should be what we should prioritize at this moment. Away from that headline, I also have this headline that says senator, actress wife accuse each other of drug abuse and violence. It's a lot to unpack between those two persons. I'm talking about Senator Ned Nwoko and his wife, actress Regina Daniels. Away from that, let's cross over from The Guardian. Let's cross over to The Guardian this morning. I have this headline that says coup denier not enough. Stem rising anxiety, discontent stakeholders tell federal government. Over the weekend, we got a story that talks about the fact that some persons have been detained for coup plot. Don't forget that this is not the first time that we are seeing something like this in the news or hearing something concerning coup, but then we thank the Lord that the people responsible for this planning have been detained. I also read a story that said that this was the same reason why the parade was cancelled for Independence Day, October 1st, because there were intels to say that some persons were planning to do something sinister, and of course the security operators were very proactive to have called for the cancellation of the parade to ensure that the life of the president and of course every other person that should have been on that parade ground, are kept safe. It's time to turn to my analyst this morning because of time. Welcome aboard, Oluseun Oluwole, a public affairs analyst. Good morning.
Nice to have me. Nice seeing you this day again.
Thank you so much. All right, let's start from PDP because I have it all over the papers that I've written this morning. Ayawe came out recently to say that my signature was forged, and my concern is this signature was forged August 29. Today is October 20. What happened? Why is it that it is coming up now that the convention is so near, and he's filed a petition that if care is not taken, it might stop the convention from happening?
Now, from August to October, this issue, like you said, has happened, or like you said, has happened in August. Now he's just coming out to say, okay, now this is October 20, now coming out to say, oh, my signature was forged. And so this, he has to write a letter to INEC for them to stem the process of the convention. Now, if we take a look at it, finding out that the signature was forged in August, there must have been stakeholders meeting underneath, which some members would have gone against, or some of them would have said, this is your signature, or this, no, it's not mine, this is not mine, so we have to go and do a much forensic work on this and that. But if it's, when it seems that, okay, this thing is not playing out well, for him to, and for the other parties to be involved, definitely will come out. This might have been a crack in the building, that mostly they have not come out to even, it has not been alleged, and most of them have not even come out to say, okay, we accept that something like this have happened. So it's shameful to say that the party chairman's signature was forged by who? By his aide or by somebody closer to him? Who could have forged your signature? For somebody to have forged your signature means there's something sinister going on in that party. And this could spell, this could mean why so many members of the party are moving away from the party. There's something actually wrong. Maybe there's something that needs to be brought to the table while everybody sit down and talk about it and iron it out. And it's not happening. And yet, they still want to go ahead with the convention so that they can know the key officers to go for election next year. So something must have been wrong there for you now to come out and say, okay, my signature has been forged. It has been done in October and in August. Now it's coming out to allege that, okay, my signature was forged. It has been known to him since August.
So why do you think he didn't mention it at that time? Not until now.
It will be a slap on his face to now come and say, somebody forged my signature. But now that things are not working out well for the party, and I think they need to still sit down and go back to the drawing board. Instead of us going forward to have a convention, let us still sit back and still try and meddle out what has actually gone wrong with our party. Not even going out, not even going forward for convention. How many members are even left in PDP that they are saying they want to hold the convention? How many? So there's something they still need to sit down and take a look at, not just rushing into a convention. He might have seen that from his own perspective, that we don't need this convention. And somebody behind went, let's go forward with it. Now he's coming out to allege that, oh, for the purpose of convention, my signature has been forged, so I think we should INEC, please put a stop to it and get the convention. That is it. That is what has happened. That is what I think has happened here. Something is actually wrong. Some people want to go forward. Some people want to sit. Let's sit back and relax. We are dwindling. The party is dwindling. It's reducing. How many members do we still have? We need to sit down. Let's hold the party. Let's hold forth. I don't see convention. What are they? How many of them?
But they are still members of the PDP.
If we talk about the grassroots, there are still many foot soldiers. But key officers, the governors, how many are they?
They still have governors. They actually mark in your state. They have Lawal in Zamfara.
Mind you, she is an outgoing governor.
Yes, he is.
So let's say if he doesn't go for any other political appointment or political party or political position or whatever, where does it stand? How many governors will remain? How many National Assembly members do they still hold there?
Whether he remains a governor or not, once he's done with his tenure, don't you think he's a big shot in the PDP?
It's still a big shot. It's still a
Okay.
big shot. So going for the convention now, it might still have some swings to that. It might still want to pull towards some candidates of his own that it might want to present in your state air and in the national, on the stage level too. So, of course, they might still want to have the convention, but feel the crack first. Feel the crack first. For you now, for the party chairman now to say that my signature has been forged, that means there is a notion that you are not following, you are not going along with some members, and some members didn't feel that without your signature, we can't go forward. Then somebody might have gone behind you to forge your signature. Okay. As it may, they are at loggerheads.
The case is in court.
It's in court, so let's be hopeful, or let's keep our fingers crossed towards that. But one thing, for some people to afford your signature, to produce such a document means you are on the wrong side of the divide.
Or you're not firm enough.
You are not firm enough, position. Or you are not following what they need to. You are not seeing their picture. They are not seeing yours. The two of you have different perspectives to the matter that is on ground. Let's go forward. No, let's stay behind. So somebody somewhere went forward to do that. So there's still a crack in the party.
Okay, let's fold our hands just like you mentioned and see whether the convention will hold or not. Let's talk about education. I have this headline that says federal government reverses policy on math as parents, teachers protest. Because myself, when I heard the news, I was shocked. Because I know that a lot of art students do not like mathematics. But then I have friends, while I was in school, who I love with mathematics regardless of that. So it makes your brain sharp. I mean, imagine if you graduate and then you cannot do simple calculation.
Arithmetic or
because you didn't pay attention to mathematics in secondary school.
Because you just thought, they said we don't need it.
Was it a good idea in the first place to say that, okay, it's not necessary if you want to do any course in humanities or
Before
arts?
I even talk on mathematics, there have been so many policies that has contravened the normal norms of what academics should be in Nigeria.
Okay.
One of those things that we toy with in Nigeria that always pains me much or most is academics. Just last week, there was a publication that says JAMB is no longer required for admission into our tertiary institutions. Like seriously, when did that come up to be? How can that be? Then, what will be the yardstick for institutions now to measure or now to carry out admissions of students?
I think it will still be on the review. I don't think you can be final.
It should be.
Yeah.
Now, days after, another publication came out that mathematics no longer required or not compulsory for art students anymore.
This is an attack on education. If you are not saying it that way.
Again, what is going on here? Now, do you want to tell me that right from nursery school or the primary school, we are saying, oh, don't even bother to teach our words or our children arithmetic. Or like we have it then, some additional whatever. Then we now call it arithmetic, from arithmetic to mathematics. Do you now say, okay, from primary level, let's scrap. It's not even compulsory. So if he doesn't know how to count 1 to 3, that shouldn't bother us. 5 plus 5 is equal to 25. It shouldn't bother you now. It doesn't need it. Who are you to tell us what they need? Are you trying to withdraw us from the international? We are dwindling internationally. We are losing our ranking in academics. If you are now telling me mathematics is no longer required, and while the world out there, they are going technologically, they are technologically now inclined Going further, you are now saying we should come down. We should not go low. Because that mathematics that we need for technology, that we need for so many things, is no longer required. Being an art student doesn't mean you don't have to do mathematics. I have a nephew who was just called to the bar. And he had A1 in mathematics. He graduated from the University of Ife. Now, he was just called to bar 2 months ago. And he excelled well in mathematics. And I will look at him, how come? I am your uncle, I wanted to do law, but at the end of the day, my own mathematics was P, and then it was, my dad was, you just must pass that mathematics. Although I didn't really need it then to study law. At the end of the day, I got admitted into the Ogun State University, diploma law. But it was still required.
That should be the standard, really.
Law was still required. So now, don't come out and tell us that some of those things that we are the one making this, the coming generation, we are the one making things hard for them.
Okay.
We are the ones. Although it might look hard for us then, but it paved the way for us. Some things, a lot of things were done right. Now we are trying to circumvent a lot of things. This generation, no, you don't need it. No, they do.
It's sad, and thank God that the federal government is trying to review the old.
They will, they must, they should
come back.
They should review that. They should review that because.
So this is to the art students who might have been rejoicing hearing that news. Please,
I don't think there will be any art student that will even rejoice that, because if you take away mathematics from them, you'll give them something much harder. Most of them don't like geography.
So just do your maths and pass.
So just do your maths and pass. Most of them don't like geography.
Okay, let's talk about something else. I have this headline that says, "Coup denier not enough, stem rising anxiety, discontent, stakeholders tell federal government." You know, some persons are trying to inform the federal government that, okay, the fact that you are able to, guess these people does not mean that you should not work on certain things. So a lot of persons are angry about the state of the nation. And I recall that, a time came in Nigeria where some coups were successful. We had, Palace coup, we had Kanta coup, about 5 successful coups. But the Nigeria of today, I don't think we even need a coup. But then how do we appease the people, that are angry, at this point in time, according to the stakeholders saying that, okay, the federal government should begin to look at how, they can ease the burdens of the people to stop issues like this from coming up again?
When I first heard about that, what came to my mind was there are a lot of people that won't understand your policies, Tinubu, the president.
Okay.
Of course, let's say bureaucratically and with some level of people working with you, and at a point, some people might understand your policies, but not the average market woman, not the average market or the farmer or the meat seller, people that are directly hit by the current economy, the stability. Yeah, the IMF will come out and tell us, oh, our inflation sort of have reduced and the policies are okay. How many of our people read the papers? How many of them even... Nigeria is a country where we have more illiterates, more than the literates. Even some literates are not even... you could classify them as illiterates.
They're passive about what's
going on. They are passive about what's going on. So if things are not taken into consideration, and we keep hearing a lot of things concerning political office holders, how much they earn and what is going on with the normal people out there, you tend to think as if this government is not even concerned about the everyday layman, every layman out there, the normal class people. Now we have 2 classes of people in Nigeria. It's either you are poor, it's either you are rich. No average anymore. So if some things are not taken into consideration, like some stakeholders says, you will still have some set of people, some group of people, some splinter cells that might even be nurturing the idea behind in their minds that we can take over. And when we do, at least it has been done in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in some West African states, and nothing has happened, and they are living large, and some people welcome the idea that military should take over. If we are not careful, if this regime or whatever, the administration is not careful, things like that, once it goes out there, some people will welcome the idea and they will back it up. And when they do, because they believe that when they take over, the normal people out there, they won't see the negative impact of the coup, of going back to the military era. They will feel that, but they will just be glad that, oh, at least we will have relief for the next 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months. Rice will come down, this will come down, the military will open borders, they will do this, they will do that. So this is the normal idea that we back it up. So if care is not taken, and the government needs to go proactive on its own policies and do more for the people, things like this will come up again. Trying to stem it, oh, due to intel, we quickly gather that there's something like this wants to happen. You stem it or you nip it in the bud. What about the ones you won't get lucky with? That might just be, let's put it this way. What if there are splinter cells? And this is just one of them. And this is just one of the groups for you to be distracted.
I believe the security operators on this matter, especially when something like this, has been discovered.
I believe our intel should be working on it. But rather than security operatives, let us put up measures that will ease the burden of the normal people. Of course, your policies might be good. IMF might be saying this, the World Bank might be saying that, the WHO might be, but let it be felt by the normal people.
Okay.
Let it be felt when they feel that there's a change, a positive change to their normal way of life, and things are changing. People won't even think of, so many people won't even think about talking about coup in the first place. And now some people are now coming out to now advise you, these are what you need to do.
Okay.
So that things like this won't come up again. That means a lot of people might be nurturing that or nursing that at the back of their mind. It's not just military people that we want to take over power. What about the coalition? A set of people have now come. That is, we just need to be careful about the way we do things. Because even the coalition today are bent on, they are bent on taking power at all costs.
It's a lot to unpack, and of course, I just want to believe that those responsible for finding out information about this whole cool thing on the matter, and I just hope that things will get better for the people of Nigeria. A big thanks to you for being a part of this segment today, Olushe Oluwale, the public affairs analyst. All right, and a big thanks to the audience also for joining the segment. This is the point where we'll take a short break, and when we come back, this story will come up. My name is Oluwayemi Adelaku. I'm saying thank you.